The following video is a forecast looking at projected economic growth rates for selected African countries, and which we prepared for a presentation at the House of Lords as part of the African Caribbean Business Expo. The data comes from Frederick Pardee Centre, a group well worth checking out if you're not already familiar with them, and it was all prepared using Google Public Data. On the x-axis you'll see the total GDP, and the time series is from the Pardee Centre, data projecting growth rates out to 2060. And on the y-axis it's contrasted against urbanisation data. The size of each bubble reflects the size of population, and the time series is intended to demonstrate the changing economic fortunes of the African continent and its investment potential. What that's about is that we think that for at least 30 years Africa has been considered by many in the West as a basket case, a byword for famine, disaster and political oppression. This data shows that that story is increasingly out of date. If you look at the top right of the graph, you'll see Italy in dark green. You would expect it to be in the top right. It's the 7th largest economy in the world and heavily urbanised, typical of many Western European economies, an established economy. And yet, as the video plays, Italy will show little movement over the projected 40-year time series. But keep an eye on Nigeria, here in blue, and Ghana in the yellow, and perhaps view them in contrast with Poland in red, currently one of the fastest growing economies in Europe, or indeed Peru in pink. We've also shown Pakistan, an economy perhaps with similar problems in many African nations, but like them, one with natural resources and demographics on its side. So we'll roll the film. If we think about this forecast as a race, we will see that places such as Tanzania are really taking off, catching up and outstripping Pakistan. Smaller economies such as Angola and Ghana urbanise rapidly and grow quickly. Nigeria outstrips Poland, yes, where there are still political problems or political oppression in Zimbabwe. We see little change, but South Africa catches Italy, and the real winner, and perhaps a place that was most synonymous in the Western experience with economic misfortune, is Ethiopia in the red, also outstripping Poland with greatest growth in urbanisation. All of this leads us to conclude that we need to see Africa differently.